Welcome everybody to the Terrain Studio. I'm your host, Sean Morris. Today on the Terrain Studio I have for you another Back2Base-ix product. In front of you here is the full-size paint rack. This paint rack here holds 42 of the Vallejo size paint, although the paint racks you can get available in different sizes that can hold your GW or your Reaper paints. Also available are paint racks without the bottom drawers. My versions have the bottom drawers. I find they're an advantage, so I'm just going to walk you through the product and just kind of explain to you why I picked this product up and the advantages that I've seen from having the product itself. So here in front of you we have a blank rack. You can see here that you have 4 shelves for paint. On each of the shelves there is some small holes, or I should say on the top shelf here there are small holes that can accept paintbrushes, as well as along the back here, and those can also accept paintbrushes. The holes on top are slightly larger than the holes on the bottom, and you'll see how they can be used. The Vallejo paint rack here has an advantage as well, is that it holds bottles both upright and in the upside down position. This is great when your paint gets low or you have a half full bottle and you're trying to get that paint tipped to the top. You don't necessarily have area to balance it on the cap, but with this paint rack here, enables you to hold your paints upside down so they're ready and available the next time you go to use them. As I said, this version here has the drawers in the bottom. The drawers here have the clear acrylic bases. So there's one drawer there, and again here. They're available to slide completely out, so it's not a real problem to take them out for whatever reason, and they are quite deep, so you can see they're quite large. They can accommodate fairly big items. They're just not that deep, so they can't take anything too thick, but they're suitable to hold glues and pastes and things like that. Small tubes and even small paintbrushes can fit in there. The rack itself is pretty accessible. There's no problem to grab your paint, and with the offset holes, the advantage is that your labels are facing out, so there's no problem seeing the ones that are in behind. And I found that's kind of convenient, especially with the Vallejo ones, because you really got to look at the codes to keep them in order, or if you're wondering about a specific code color, because a lot of companies will code the paints and you don't necessarily know the color, but you can find the code quite easily. Other features of it, again, are just the design. It's sort of built in this sort of step shape, so you can see that each row is subsequently higher than the next, again giving the accessibility to seeing those labels. The colors are great because I think you can get something like, I want to say like well over 20 colors. I chose to go with the black sides and the acrylic, the clear acrylic paint shelves, but you can mix and match and do whatever color combinations you want. I know some people have got some purple and clear, all kinds of neat combinations. On the website they've done a bunch of samples, but all my stuff is black and clear. I just find it looks really clean. Any color that you do go with, I do think that the clear shelving is the way to go. That's just a personal preference. It's not something that you have to get done. So let's go ahead and slide this one out of the way and have a look at what a full paint rack would look like. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide this out of the way. And we'll pull into view a preloaded paint rack, because I do have a couple of all these units. So hopefully you guys can have a look there. Okay, so there we go. So that's a fully loaded out paint rack. So you can see there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, as I said. Just a little lesson in counting by twos there. On the top shelf here, again, we do have some paintbrushes. These are the Back2Base-ix brushes, which I'll do a separate review on because they're really kind of neat in their design. Unique from any other paintbrush that I've seen on the market thus far. You can hold pens and small knives and things in the top row. Again, as I mentioned, you can see the colors are all well displayed, and there's no problem. Let me just tip this up here. There's no problem seeing into the back row with the offset of the bottle, so it's kind of neat. And again, as I mentioned, the tipping. The front bottles, if you do tip them over, you'll see that they don't sit right. It's the next layers that you have the pre-cut hole to hold all your paints upside down. So with the exception of the front row, your unit can hold all your paints in the upside down fashion if you so choose. Again, that does expose your numbers to the top, but they are upside down when you look that way. So one great advantage of that, I know a lot of people do store their paint upside down, but you're kind of, you're trying to find a way to lean it or hold it upright or things like that. This just takes into account that and gives you that small holder on the bottom to hold your paint upside down. So pretty straightforward and nice and easy on the design. You just back this up. So in this drawer here, I've chosen to keep some foam brushes. So as you can see, nice amount of space in there, holds the foam brushes quite nicely. Slide that in. On this side here, I have some other brushes that I've just sort of stored. So these are standard brushes, so as you can see, even with the caps on, they can fit all the way from front to back. There's quite a bit of space in there. It does come nicely etched with the Back2Base-ix logo here. On the black, it's kind of hard to see, so that's up to you whether you want that to be super visible or not. Certainly on the lighter colors, it would show up no problem, but I like the black and clear, like I said. So that's about it, really, for the product itself, other than I've found it to be a real space saver. It's not very deep. I'm going to guess maybe about 8 inches deep. And height-wise is about the same, a little bit lower than that. So in a very small space, you're holding a lot of paints. Again, accessible, and when you're working at tabletop level, it's only rising up slightly, so it's not even above my lights here. So it is quite reasonably spaced. So other than that, if you guys have any questions or something I didn't cover, certainly fire me a PM or a comment below. But for the cost of the unit, I find that it's quite nice. It's a little more pricey maybe than an MDF version, which this does come in. But if you're going for a little bit of aesthetics in your work area, and a happy workspace is a productive workspace. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, it's a Back2Base-ix product. I'll put a link below so you guys can check it out. And stay tuned for more products from these guys, because I do have a whole whack to show you, and really an advocate for the company. So if you guys are looking for something in this sort of realm, go check them out, and Aaron will hook you guys up, no problem. Oh, I should say a big shout out to Mark too. So cheers, thanks for watching.